Yo, 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 yo. Let's make sure we're live. What's good, everybody? What is good? What is good? What is good? Jed, they sure can be. Suggestions can be anything. I am open to any suggestions tonight. We're gonna have different types of streams. What we're gonna have is we're gonna have specifically Vocaloid streams. We're gonna have streams like today where it's pretty much anything goes, and then we're gonna have streams where it's no Vocaloid at all, and we're gonna focus more on other topics. But today's stream is going to be pretty much anything goes. You guys can suggest Vocaloid songs, you guys can suggest neuro videos, any types of animation. I am going to start with Cartoon Girl, though, because this was suggested a couple times in my comment section over the last few days. What's good, Little Witch? Welcome to the stream. So I'm going to start with this. I'm going to talk for just a little bit here, but, how's everyone doing tonight? Obviously, the stream was expected. I, at one point, had canceled the stream today, but I decided I had canceled, but then what I was gonna do ended up not happening, so I decided, you know what, we'll do this. I am actively working on trying to get some stuff working. Hopefully, like I said, when it comes to YouTube, it's a bit harder to stream on than Twitch, which is kind of my only concern, wise. I tried to stream on Twitch, I just couldn't get any traction going over on Twitch, so we're gonna stick here on YouTube, but I would like to get, TTS, text-to-speech, some silly sound effects going, all that type of stuff. Like I said, I'm working on getting all of that added right now, but it's gonna be a bit of a process. But hopefully within these next few streams or so, I can, kind of get some things set up and all that. But yeah, it's gonna take a minute. I don't want to start just yet because my Discord, unfortunately, it takes a hot minute to actually send the new bot takes a hot minute to actually send out the notification. But you know how it is. Oh, I just type this. Yeah, I don't know why. I have a new bot for my Discord, and unfortunately it's a little slow when it comes to sending out notifications. It's about a 7-minute difference, or it's about 7 minutes behind. So I think I went live at 6, so like at 6:06, 6:07 is when it's actually going to, give the ping to my Discord. But yeah, anyways, I hope everyone is doing well tonight. Really glad you guys enjoyed the recent videos. Obviously got some Vocaloid music coming out. Still got a couple more videos to edit from that first stream. And then I'll have some more videos to edit from this stream. Which is, like I said, this is the good thing about doing live streams, is I can get multiple videos out of one live stream. We'll probably be live for a little over 2 hours today. At least that's the plan. My football team plays at 8:20 tonight, and it's currently 6. So I do want to definitely end by the time that game starts. But other than that, yeah. Sorry. So yeah, basically anything goes. We can react to Vocaloid, we can react to Neuro, we can react to any types of animations. Probably not going to do long stuff today. I will have streams that are more dedicated towards longer videos. If you guys know Jeff 2 Squared, me and him talk a lot. I mean, he'll stream for 6, 7, 8 hours. Oh god, I just did it. But he'll stream for like 7 to 8 hours a day, and that's just not something I just don't have the time to do that right now. So when it comes to longer videos, it's a bit more of a struggle for me, to say the very least. But anyways, we'll give it a couple more minutes here. And we're gonna listen to Canaria's newest song, Cartoon Girl. Looks like I've actually listened to some of her songs before, King and Champion. So it looks like she has a very very unique art style is kind of what I'm noticing. Everything's kind of in that, same art style. And it looks like she has used Gumi before. What's good, Moon? But yeah, we're going to Cartoon Girl. This is a very short song. It's only 1:52. So this is a very short song. Blah, 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 blah. Short song that we're gonna listen to today. You guys can see on my Yonkagore. I love Yonkagore, man. He's got some phenomenal music. I don't know, man. Wait, so I'm waiting for this Discord. Doesn't look like it's pinged out yet. Why is chat the new? I can't control my chat, unfortunately. I do it through Streamlabs, and there's really nothing that I can do about that. I will try to adjust. Okay, is my bot going to ping? What are we doing here? I don't want to start doing anything until... Canaria is a man, by the way. He made King when he was only 18 years old. Damn. That is... What am I doing with my life? No, I'm kidding. Okay. If this bot doesn't ping in the next few minutes, I'm just gonna do it myself. Because I don't... It really is just taking its sweet time. It's also a VTuber. I did see that he had some VTuber stuff on his channel. Give me 1 second. Let me see. Let me look at chat real quick. See if I can't make there be less of a delay. While I wait for this to ping, anyways. Chat box. So I was gonna say there's a 0-second chat delay, so I don't know why they would be so far behind. Yeah, I don't think there's anything I can do about chat being... At least not right now. At least. Like I said, I'll mess around with chat to see if I can't do anything about that, but yeah, I mean, there's a 0-second chat delay. So unfortunately, I don't think there's anything I can do at the moment for ya. And my bot's not pinging, so let me just do this real quick, since it doesn't seem to want to do it itself. Ay, ay, ay. Yes, I would like to message 30 plus people. Ay, ay, ay. It's good. Well, I'm very excited to kind of hear what they got. Alright. Discord pinged. It'll probably ping you guys again. I apologize for that. Let me unmute the background music for a moment. I don't want to keep you guys waiting for too much longer, so I guess... So we got Cartoon Girl by Canaria. I guess I'll subscribe. I don't know why I'm not. I always subscribe. What's good, Roland? How long am I streaming for today? Probably a little over 2 hours is the plan. I got my football team plays tonight, and I would like to watch them. That's at 8:20. Right now it's 6:10. And we're going to... I might stream a little longer. It depends. Depends how many suggestions you guys got. If you guys have some good suggestions rolling in, then I will continue to stream probably. But if you guys kind of slow down on suggestions, then we'll probably end it. But yeah, anyways, let's get into this first song. This is Cartoon Girl Canaria featuring Gumi. Hey, okay. Okay, mix of English and Japanese. I always really like Gumi's tuning. Ooh, okay. So it's a very simple beat so far, just a melody, melody, na 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 na. All right. So what do we got here? So we got Wanted, the cartoon the cartoon girl is wanted. Don't be fooled by the sad little eyes. This rabbit is extremely dangerous and emotionally unstable. If you see it, do not attempt to comfort it. Instead, scream loudly and alert everybody nearby. Someone might help you unless they've already run away. I don't wanna though. I don't wanna. I don't wanna. Uses Gumi's English voice bank to speak Japanese. Okay. Usually it's the other way around, isn't it? That a lot of Vocaloid producers will use Japanese voice banks to speak English. Why the English sounds so clear? Gotcha. Okay, that makes a lot of that makes a lot of sense then. But I think of all, of the Vocaloids, I think Gumi is my favorite sounding. Like compared, obviously I really like Miku and I really like Tedo and all of that. But I think Gumi is honestly my favorite, or Synth V, Vocaloid Synth V. What's good, Fupia? No, you're good, you're good, man, you're good. But Gumi has always sounded so clear to me, especially, because, a lot of her older songs, I listened to a lot of Kira, and obviously he used Gumi a lot back in the day, so like Monster and all that, like Machine Gun, that type of stuff. So Gumi was honestly my introduction to Vocaloid, and obviously now I'm at where I'm at now. I'm doing good. I appreciate it. Tedo is your favorite voice? No, I really like Tedo too. Tedo, Miku, all the big ones. I mean, they're all pretty good. All right, so let's kind of look at these lyrics a little bit. So you kind of got this bunny girl shushing us, which is I don't appreciate it. She's like, shh, don't say I'm here. She has the most voice banks. Well deserved, by the way. Okay, so we got melody, melody. So melody, melody. And then we got, obviously we'll go over the Japanese here. So it's a fleeting warmth like the blink of an eye. Alrighty. What's next? It's a fleeting warmth like the blink of an eye. My frame by frame does not seem to be working very well tonight. And then melody, melody. Obviously, you see the font changes. Wonder if that means anything, or if it's just design choices. And then eat it, spit it out, then swallow it down. Okay. Eat it, spit it out, then swallow it down. Yeah, my frame by frame is not working very good today. And then, foolishly enjoying this. Sweet and sour cake. And what do we got after this? If today were just a dream, it'd be head over heels obsessed. It's weird doing the fast forward because there's not much of an actual animation and it's just kind of this still picture, so I can't actually tell if I'm moving forward or not when I'm doing it. So I'd be head over heels obsessed. Interesting. Alright. I'm really vibing with this song before. That's not correct English. I'm really vibing with this song a lot. Like I said, I kind of like the I mean, it's a very, very simplistic, but it's very good. It's hitting very well. I want to see if it kind of continues what we got. What do we got? Oh, she's got a knife. Hey! Okay, now we got a little more animation. Oh, I'm vibing with this, dude. This is a vibe. Oh, she is, I love, the Bugs Bunny screech. Yeah, so you know what? I'm vibing with this. I'm really vibing with this. All right, let's go back a little bit. So obviously, she seems so innocent. But I guess the newspaper that was saying, hey, don't be fooled by the sad little eyes. I guess they were right, huh? And then, yeah, she pulled out a knife on us. And then, and yeah, she's giving us that look. Get the little, get the little bunny nose. When I kind of just look at the design, so it's a very interesting design for Gumi. You know, Gumi usually has, you know, like the green hair and all that type of stuff. You know, the green hair. This is a very different color style for her. Unless this is not trying to be Gumi, and it's just this is probably an OC. Just and then just Gumi is who's actually singing the song, which actually makes a lot more sense here. And I want to kind of go over these lyrics. So, oh my. Then we got some animation here too. All the different poses of Gumi here, or the OC. So my heart's racing, and you can see all the different poses. See now the frame by frame is coming into view where we can actually see all the different kind of poses that she has. You know, so obviously you got kind of her happier pose here and kind of a shushier, you know, a little shushier design. Your heart's so full of love. And she's just kind of giving that, ugh. You know, that, ugh, look. What's your favorite Gumi design? Ooh, that's a hard one. I will have to get back to you on that one, because there is so many Gumi designs. It's hard to really pick one. So yeah, so full of love. And then, oh, hold on. Was there something with the animation there? Was it her eyes? Oh yeah, look, you don't really see that on your first watch through. But if you look at nothing changes, I don't think, but her eyes. You can kind of see it goes from her red eyes, you know, with the red with the yellow pupils, and then it transitions over to just the full black eyes. Just everything, you know, the lifeless eyes, as I would like to call it. And then she kind of just disappears out of the street light goes out. And then she disappears. And obviously she pops back in. So, oh my. What a riddle. Oh my, what a riddle. You're just calling it romantic. And then obviously again she goes into that kind of pose. You're just calling it romantic. And this time she just completely disappears. And then we're back to this pose. We can see the black eyes are back once again. And now she's back. The street light's out. And now she appears in front of you with the street light out. Then it comes back on. Look at this pose. This is a new pose. You really want to look at the eyes for this song, aren't you? You see, aren't you? But look at the eyes. Look at the difference between this eye and this eye. You see, this eye is kind of more normal. And then you got pretty much the inflated pupil. Oh my, what a riddle. That's 90% of Kanoa's lyrics right there. I feel that one. But I like to really look at design, because you don't notice a couple things. Like, a lot of people wouldn't notice just the subtle eye design. You know, you kind of got your normal pupil, but that's half hidden. And then this pupil, which is much larger. You know, or maybe it's not even larger, but the yellow is definitely a lot, you know, a lot less yellow in that eye there. And it definitely makes it look a lot freakier than this eye. Just something you don't notice. Also, she's wearing like overalls. It's kind of funny. Ooh, you see that little glare too? Where she kind of looks at the knife like, the little eye. Like, ooh, this knife is intriguing. Just rubbing her finger down the knife. She's just looking at it. Ooh, and then she puts it up to her mouth. And then, so please don't cry. Want to see, does it go? Okay, she stays normal here. So please don't cry. Nope, and then it goes, and the black eyes come right back. And then, oh, now the black eyes are here permanently. Okay. So again, you're seeing just the subtle, you're seeing just the kind of the subtle eye designs and the changes as the song goes throughout. And song suggestions can just leave them in the comment section. I'll open it up on a side tab over here. You'll see the eye design very big in this song is what I'm realizing. Seems to be, so you'll just say my heart. You'll say my heart is. Oh, and I think this is where we left off, like right here, maybe. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. And like I said, kind of before a lot of you guys got here, it does not only have to be, music videos or songs tonight. This is a free fall stream, so you guys can suggest any types of videos that you guys would like, whether it's Vocaloid or, neuro or any type of animation or anything you guys want me to watch, as long as it's shorter. Just because I don't have that much time tonight. So, as long as it's shorter, it's a free fall. We can watch whatever we want to watch tonight. Sweet. Alright, back to this. Oh, the cops are onto her. I really like this beat. Oh. Oh, okay. Oh. Oh. Okay. Oh. Hold on, before we get into that, because that was interesting. That was very interesting. Okay. So, let's rewind. I didn't expect... That was a very, sudden change in the song there. So, obviously, we get into, kind of the normal. So, obviously, I don't know what's happening here. She just... It looks like she's getting freaking tased or something. She's just like... Like, getting... I don't know, all the spikes coming out of her shirt now. It's like, did you get tased, girl? Like, damn! What is happening here? And then obviously, yeah, disappears. And now she's kind of more in hiding. She's kind of got the spotlight on her, that police spotlight. Peeking around the buildings. Like, I can come off screen and be like, yo. The live is so peaky, got pinged. Oh, did my Discord finally ping it? Yeah, my bad, yo. Yeah, the Discord was taking 20,000 years to ping, so that's my fault. So yes, obviously starting it off with the melody. And she kind of disappears back into the darkness again. And then pops back out with the knife in her hand. She's just looking to the side. You get the side profile. And then this melody has a hint of sour. She's just staring with the knife in her hand, then disappears once again. Then she pops back out. Melody, now she's kind of, looking off to the side. Kind of just changed her glare a little bit. So, melody. And what have we got? When does she pop back out here then? Now she's back to looking at you. Eat it, spit it out, then swallow it down. And then this was the more interesting part that's coming up here. Where she almost started to, like, break apart. She's looking at you. Now she's pointing down with the knife in her hand. Eyes gotten a lot bigger. And then, now she's pointing up. Again, you look at the eye difference. You can almost see, like, a twitching in the eye here. It's not very noticeable, but if you just look at the eye design, this eye is almost just like, just a slight twitch, if you know what I mean. And then after that, all of a sudden, black and white, she kind of gives more of a shocked face. And then you kind of get into what goes on here, where she just starts completely breaking. Her face breaking into pieces. And it's only her face. You'll see the eye design here. Her eye goes from big to squinted. And goes back to that one eye design where the pupils are, two very different sizes. And I'm assuming, what do you guys think this is symbolizing? And then, yeah, so your heart's so full of love. And then, what is going on here? Okay, this is where I gotta go frame by frame. Because this is kind of where it got weird. So obviously, she broke apart a little bit, but not fully. And then you kind of get the one frame. It gets a little bit bigger. Now you kind of see, okay, so we're just coming in a frame here. There we go. And then right here. Oh, this is creepy. So is this like saying she was wearing a mask? Her mask is breaking off. Looks like she's crying too. It does kind of look like she's crying. So I almost want to say it looks like she was putting on a mask. Okay, that actually makes a lot of sense then. So whatever this was, the face she was showing wasn't her actual true self. And then she, had what looks like to be a face behind the mask. So let's finish off this song. Let's kind of see if I'm right here. So maybe that's the different thing. So the different eye and the different emotions was showing the person behind her, very, very two-faced. But let's finish off the song. Let's see if I'm right. Let's see if I got that right there. This is a bop, by the way, though. Yeah, she still kind of has that, two-faced look. And it ends off. There's gotta. I feel like there's something at the end here. There's gotta be something at the end, right? Oh, gunshot. Okay. Woo 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 woo. Whoa! Frupio with the $10 donation. Yo, pay to win time. Can you do Weather Girl by Flavor Folly? And again, I'm Limits Rider So Hero. The fan animation by a Japanese name is very good. Or just Millie's video. Love your videos. Thank you so much for the $10 donation. I can 100% do Weather Girl by Flavor Folly for ya. Let me get that into the queue here. We love some Flavor Folly over on the channel. Yeah, thank you so much. That is, you did not have to do that, man, but I appreciate that so much. Well, you could have just told me in chat, man. I would have done it anyways, but yeah, obviously, thank you so much, dude. Like, that is very appreciated. Alright, so yeah, let's go back and finish off this song here. So what we got. So yeah, so kind of, like I said, you kind of have the two-faced version of the OC here. I'm still don't know if this is actually supposed to be Gumi or not. So, oh my. Was there any difference in the chorus here? I wonder. So, what a riddle. Oh my, what a riddle. You're just calling it romantic. You're just calling it romantic. And you can see it's pretty much, it's all the same, poses and all of that type of stuff. But, now she's kind of has more of her broken appearance. And you're just calling it love, aren't you? And then, yeah. And you can see now, this is a little bit different, but you can see her smile cuts off with the version underneath of her. So she has the smile on, the one that she was trying to show. But then if you look at the unbroken, or like the broken part underneath, it looks like that smile is not there. And then you can see the difference in the eyes too, where, she's kind of got, her eye closed, almost looks like a tear coming out of this eye, but then this eye is kind of giving that more of an evil look. Maybe that's just part of her hair. I don't know, because it's just kind of sitting there. But you can definitely see, maybe this is a breakup song? It could be. Yeah, I'm not having a very easy time breaking what this song is actually about. It's a very good song, right? It's a big bop. But I'm trying to figure out, I'll read the comments. Maybe they'll be able to help me on this, because comment section always seems to kind of know. And then, yeah, you just kind of, obviously, again, the black eye, comes to be again. And maybe that's the black eye, that's the eye that's underneath the mask? Possibly. Huh. Yeah, definitely, in the comment section below, definitely let me know what you guys think this song is about, because I am definitely struggling to figure this one out. So I really, I really did enjoy the song. It was a very enjoyable song. And obviously, I had multiple of you guys recommended this to me, so obviously, very popular song too. But I honestly couldn't tell you. My frame by frame ain't working tonight. Yeah, this song is less than 2 minutes. It's a minute 52. It's a very short song. Let me go into the comment section. Let's see what we got here. So up until now, it was just red or blue, but now there's a purple that's a mix of the two. Here's a long one. I feel like this girl has a split personality. Okay, there we go. The one on the right, disheveled appearance and holding a knife, and the one on the left, respectful appearance and careful movements. There are also two different voices for the melody, and at the end, another face appears. This seems to represent a split personality, a divine song, in other words. Okay, so that would That definitely makes a lot of sense there, the split personality. He had been hiding the knife the whole time, but the moment he found out, he took it in a split second. It's so cute that she made it private while half asleep. Classic. Only when the mask is broken do the windows of the building appear to be faces, which I think is a satire towards people who say, I'm not interested in masks, but I do see real faces. Hold on. Oh, they are. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, so in the first, chorus, you look and you see the buildings, they just kind of have the yellow lights on. But then in the second chorus, they're highlighted up more so as faces. I honestly did not notice that at all. I don't know how I didn't notice that. But yeah, so obviously with you kind of the broken mask here as well, you do see that the faces are on the buildings now. And what he says, I'm not interested in masks, but I do see real faces. I'm really curious about the fact that there's absolutely no blood on the clothes of the knife. This kid might have been falsely accused. There's a gunshot at 148 and a bullet hole around the girl's heart at 1, so it's a loop. Maybe this girl isn't human since she's still alive after being shot. Huh. Yeah. Like I said, definitely let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think. Yeah. A very good song, but I'm pretty lost on what this song's actually about, so hopefully you guys can help me. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to hit that like button down below and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. You guys love my little outros. Anyways, next song is Weather Girl. Oh, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Come over here. There we go. Weather Girl by Flavor Folly. So yeah, I believe this one was actually recommended to me a while ago, and I just never got around to it. You should retry now, Thunderbolts. Retry Now was a very good song too. What did you like to know, Weather Girl? There it is. So this is featuring Eleanor Forte. This is a new. This would be a first-time appearance Vocaloid, I believe. I'm assuming that Eleanor Forte is a Vocaloid. Okay, let's just kind of take a look at the description here. So, Jamie P, we love Jamie P. She struck land in Texas with the wake of death in her path, proving with her floodwaters and gusts of wind that even echoes of strength are still strength. I left most of the things behind once I heard you were okay and I drove. It's scary, right? Seems like the storms are coming earlier, touching down stronger every year. So many things to be done, yet nothing changes. It hurts my chest and burns my heart that there's almost nothing I can do about it myself. But at least with you I can dream. I can watch sunny days and fairer pastures light up in your eyes, the winds blowing gently with the lilt of your voice. You are living proof that the future should be something to look forward to, so even if the forecast calls for cloudy days, I'm glad I can weather them with or for you. And then Vinay Lily, I'll wait here till the storm ends. And then Rice, I wrote the song over 2 years ago. Is it too late for my feelings to reach? Oh, I forgot to bring an umbrella. And then, so yeah, Eleanor Forte is a Synth V. Oh, there's the first voice bank release for Synth V. Okay, interesting. Alright, so give me 1 second, and then we will hop into this reaction. And then, of course, like I said, these will be getting turned into videos, so when I do, actually start playing the video, if you guys just want to spam hi YouTube, it'd be kind of funny. Just be like, hi YouTube. But like I said, when the video starts, give me 1 second, I'll be right back, and then we'll start the reaction. Alrighty then. Alright, so, we've got here Weather Girl featuring Eleanor Forte by Flavor Folly. Oh, did I see the news today? What was the news today? I have not. Is it snowing outside? I want to check if it's snowing outside. It was supposed to start snowing here soon. I can't tell. It's too dark. What's the news today? Oh, you guys are too early. You gotta wait for the video to start. Yeah, what was the news today? I'm intrigued. There's a lot of news every day, to be perfectly honest with you. I didn't go to bed till 6 in the morning today. I was too busy editing. You'll understand soon if you play the song. Oh. Bruh. Bruh. Alright, let me check some football scores real quick, and then... Alright, 32 to 16. I'll just check some stuff real quick. God. Alright. You know, let's get into this. Hey, what's good, Pikidu? Alright, let's get into the reaction, why don't we? I think I've put it off long enough. Let's get into this. Flavor Folly presents.
That morning, just me and you, without your views.
Ooh, okay. I like the voice.
Our promises bound, our sights we long outgrew. A curtain that shades a late but morning sun. A weeping window wails for days come undone. If I live to be a weather vane, always pointing off a way to lead you on the fly away.
Okay. Okay. Flavor Folly about to break some hearts. I can already tell it's going to. Sounds pretty. Yeah, this is a very pretty voice. You know, it's always... Since V and Vocaloid always kind of surprises me. Just because there's so many of them out there, you know? And they all have such unique sounds. And some of them just sound so good. Like, obviously, you know, you got your basic Vocaloids. You know, you got Miku, and you've got Teto, you've got Rin and Len, and all of them. But some of the, I feel like, lesser known ones, you know, such as Eleanor, you know, she, like you guys have told me, she was the first synth V, but she's definitely not, you know, as known. But you also hear about this, and it's like, you know, it sounds so much like a real girl singing. Obviously, you still kind of got that robotic, you know, underlining, but in the reality of it, a lot of people wouldn't know. So let's just kind of let's break down into these lyrics a little bit. So that morning, just me and you, with the 0 views for 2. And the animation, you know, it's a very, very simple animation as well, but I feel like it's videos like these where, you know, you have to get a much I feel like a simple animation fits. Yeah, I would say before Butcher Vanity, they were definitely not as known. Yeah, Flavor Folly, I think, is my favorite Vocaloid group, just because the songs, they use a lot of different people, and then, you know, they use a lot of different people, and then they just write good songs. I mean, when you have 3 or 4 songwriters making one song, they're bound to be good. It's also because her voice banks were scrubbed from Dream Tonics. And why'd they do that? Interesting. So yeah, why'd they scrub her voice banks? I mean, she sounds so good, I don't see why they would do that. Alright, so going back into these lyrics here. So, our promises bound by sights we outgrew. And yeah, just a certain dyed shades unlaid by morning sun. You don't know? Huh. A weeping window wails for days come undone. Yeah, she just, you see her just, kind of crying in the window here. So if I live to be a weather vane, you see the classic weather vane, always pointing off a way to lead you along the flyway. Turn to face the side of you. Would it be enough for me to lead you away? Okay, and of course I'm going to assume these are all, she's not actually a physical weather vane. To say the very least. I'm going to assume that's not what this song is trying to say. Would it be enough, for me to lead you away? I'll stay afraid in weekday. The animation is so good. Just, obviously the rain coming down. So come what may, I reach for what remains. God, the rhymes and the lyrics are just so good. Flavor Folly, I don't think has a miss. I don't think Flavor Folly has missed on a single song ever. I honestly don't. Like, just every song of theirs is so good. Like, they do not miss. It's like, oh, and this one, obviously, all their songs are so deep, too. Like, obviously, you think of their songs, you think of Static. Like, Static's, oh, 1, 2, 3, and it's like, but Static has such a, a deep meaning to it. Just like all of their songs do. Like, obviously, the song about Teto, and she's singing basically, about her fame and how she can't, control her life now that she's gotten more popular. And, just, they're fun songs, but they all have such a deep meaning. Yeah, they're very, they don't put out a lot of songs. It's not like they're mass producing them, but they do definitely value quality over quantity with their songs. Right. There it is. A bop. Okay, nice chorus. That was a beautiful chorus, man. Okay, I see what you were mentioning now before what you were talking about originally. I do see what you meant now. Okay. We'll go back right here. So I reach for what remains. So didn't you see the news today? The animation is beautiful, man. We've been watching a lot of songs lately where, the actual animation, you don't have kind of that full completed drawing. They almost kind of use more of a sketch. And we've been seeing that, I think, we've been seeing that more and more in animation. From what I'm seeing is that they're using almost the pre-drawn sketches, as the actual animation. And it continues to work. Like, you don't have to have the most detailed, physically, visually pleasing animation. It's just simple stuff like this, and I think it works. My interpretation on my listens, keep in mind I haven't analyzed the lyrics all that much, was lost, but that's probably driven by my personal life. I was kind of thinking that originally. Obviously, I gotta listen to the full song. I'm not even a minute into the, the 4 minutes. But we'll keep going here. So didn't you see the news today? I heard they said it looked like rain, and well, in my case today, snow. All the words I left unsaid see, this is kind of the lyric that I was also initially thinking that. All the words I left unsaid that day. That is something you'll hear a lot with people who basically said, will be like, I wish I had told you this before because I never got to see you again. So all the words I left unsaid that day stain the sidewalk drop by drop with gray. And then oh. Rain or shine, I'm by your side. So why won't you look my way? Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of song The weather forecast calling for another cloudy day. And I guess something you could probably interpret from this, if we're talking about, they lost someone, is basically saying, the weather forecast is calling for another cloudy day. They're not actually speaking, about the weather. They're basically saying, their own forecast, their mood for the day, or, how they're feeling. Their weather forecast is how they're feeling, and it's calling for another cloudy day, another rainy day, because, if they lost somebody, then that's going to be how they feel for a while, is, they're going to feel like they have a cloud above their head. And so if that's how we're, interpreting this, like I said, we're only a minute into the song, there could be a lot more to kind of break this down, but just based off, kind of the initial feeling is that, yeah, they're going through loss, and so every single day feels like a cloudy day, no matter what the weather actually is. I mean, I've definitely felt that way before, where, something happened or I lost somebody. I remember when my great-grandmother died back in 2017. She died on Christmas Eve, and, for a 13-year-old, what Christmas is supposed to be, one of the best days of the year. You think I woke up on Christmas like, yay, it's Christmas? No. And like I said, one of the, top days of the year, one of the happiest days of the year where you would think, hey, sunshine in your head, it was, no, I didn't even want to wake up that day because I didn't care if it was Christmas at this point. I just lost my great-grandmother. So, I mean, that's definitely, valid feelings. It is. All right, let's resume from here.
Another cloudy day. That evening just me and you through rosy-tinted views.
Hey, the glasses. Okay, mine.
That never blew. Vermilion clings beside the sunless day, and yet my heart holds close the storm as it
I love the lyrics. It's all storm related. Hey. Okay, I want to just pause there. This is such a greatly written song. A lot of songs, when they have, the title, they'll have one or two references, I feel like, to the song. And yeah, you can vouch for that. Losing a friend, a partner, yeah. Like I said, I've talked to you guys lately about, how I just lost who I consider my best friend, and it's been a challenge to get out of my own head over that. So yeah, I mean, it is. But speaking about the writing of the song, is that every single verse, every single lyric has something to do, like, weather related. And that's hard to do. Like, it can, like, maybe a verse here and there, or, a lyric here and there, a bar or two, you can kind of keep it on topic, but then you usually kind of go a different way. But the fact that every single lyric, they've, like, remained on this topic of weather and all these, like, different things. It's so impressive. So obviously, so that evening, just me and you through rosy tinted hues. And we'll kind of go, obviously we'll talk about too. So a promise of fairer winds that never blew. So, the kind of the forecast of, hey, they said there was going to be winds, and they never came. And then it goes to rain. So Vermilion claims to say the sun will stay. And yet my heart holds close the storm as it breaks. So basically, kind of what I'm hearing is, they were forecasting. I have an idea. I might. Blah, 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 blah. I might know what the song's talking about. So we're talking about. They say fairer winds were gonna blow, that the sun was gonna stay, and then we get into this lyric. And yet my heart holds close the storm as it breaks. And we'll go just a little bit, and I'm gonna talk about it. Kind of what I'm kind of getting at here. I could live to be a hurricane. You see the hurricane, obviously, I'm assuming this song talked about because we had gotten such bad, we've gotten some really bad hurricanes over the last few years. This year's actually been pretty calm. So turn into a tempest, violent, silent in the eye, all whirling, gusting, wuthering. Could it be enough to change the way you use my name? And I have a theory that I'm gonna go over here. I'll be back in 1 second. Alright, here's my theory. I do have a theory here. So, just kind of going based off of these lyrics here. Or maybe I'm thinking. So, obviously, she was with her partner. The weather forecast was saying, hey, it's going to be light winds, it's going to be a sunny day. And just maybe possibly her partner went out. And then, that weather forecast turned out to be not true. And a very bad storm hit, and maybe she lost her partner in that storm. Is that maybe what I'm getting at here? Is that maybe, kind of, sorta? Like I said, I could be completely wrong on that, but just in general, maybe she's thinking she wants to be, and then she's thinking, what, I'm gonna become a weather girl to prevent this from happening to anybody else. Maybe. That's just kind of what I'm getting at, kind of from the lyrics here. Basically, she was saying, these calm winds never came. They said the sun was gonna come out, but then, Vermilion claims this. Just kind of look at so a promise of fairer winds that never blew, and then and then the next lyric, Vermilion claims the sun will stay, and yet my heart holds close the storm as it breaks. Like I said, that's just kind of maybe I could be completely wrong on that, but that's just from obviously initial first watch through. That's kind of what I'm getting at for this song. I don't know what this means though. Tornado. Alright, back to the chorus. There's a lot that's we're gonna have to read here. So let's go back a little bit. My heart holds close to storm equals suppressing feelings. It could be, yeah. Definitely could be. Like I said, Flavor Folly always has deep songs as well. So there's definitely a lot of different ways you can, interpret their songs, I feel. So could it be enough to change the way you use my name? And then obviously we go back into that chorus. But first you got remain in weekday. I'm trying to kind of think about what that could mean. And that I'm okay. Which usually, if somebody's telling you I'm okay, odds are they're not okay. It's just how it is. Odds are if they're saying they're okay, they're not okay. So I stay for all that aches. Then you jump back into the chorus. So didn't you see the news today? I heard that they said it looked like rain. All the words I left unsaid that day stained the sidewalk drop by drop with gray. So obviously it's the same chorus as before, Rain or shine, my heart won't dry. I think this is a little bit different. I don't remember if this was. Is this different from the initial chorus? No, it's not. Oh no, it is. It is. So the first chorus was rain or shine, I'm by your side. So why won't you look my way? And then the second chorus here was rain or shine, my heart won't dry, so why can't I look away? Can you react to Goodbye by Circus P? I will definitely add it to the list. We'll do that next. So yeah, so why can't I look away? And then, so just a slight change in the lyrics there. The weather forecast is calling for another cloudy day. And I want to read all of this here. So it looks like we just got still a lot of mist and no. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I think this is gonna get some information here. All right. Thank you and good evening. Here to bring you the weather support for the 7 p.m. news. As we saw this morning, still a lot of mist and fog, especially up north. No sign of that clearing anytime soon. Low 60s with some light drizzles, basically across the entire region here. Temperatures is kind of blocked. Wednesday morning, some rain showers. It's looking for a wet week. For here, up here past the river, it's not much better. We're expecting some thunderstorms. And so, in the big capitals, you get the lyrics, still a lot of mist and fog, especially up north. No sign of that clearing anytime soon. Yeah, I'm trying to see. Okay. I don't really want to resume just yet. Tonight will be mostly cloudy, with a chance of showers mostly in the afternoon. Tomorrow we'll definitely see showers, almost a 100% chance of rain with lows, dropping to around 40 in the afternoon, so don't forget your umbrella, folks. South winds will be around 15 miles per hour, and we're looking about 3 to 4 inches of precipitation. Looking forward to the forecast for the rest of the week. There's a risk of rain. Yeah, something tells me this storm was a lot more severe than they were letting on. That's really what I'm getting at from the song. Let's see what we got here. Bit of a change in beat here. No sign of that clearing anytime soon. Huh. Oh, that's hold on. Oh, hold on. That one's new. Alright, so low pressure spinning around, bringing rain showers, and note the risk of heavy downpour and scattered thunderstorms in the evening coming in from the west. We'll be seeing some gusty winds, even some hail. It's not looking very pleasant. Unfortunately, it's not much better the rest of the week. Rainstorms continuing to move south across the region. We could see as much as 2 to 3 inches over the next 5 days. So very bad weather. We're getting at some very bad weather is what I'm seeing here. Okay, that's the same one there. Not looking much better, or not looking very pleasant. This is interesting. Florida, okay? First alert weather. Okay, this animation is really cool. I am very much enjoying this animation. Like, this is actually such an enjoyable animation to look at. So just kind of looking at it. So obviously there's not a lot of lyrics here, but you just kind of get all of these different, news reports of the weather. And you can kind of see the weather is kind of continuing to worsen as the song goes on. You kind of go from chances of showers in the early afternoon to, hey, there's going to be a lot of rain. Then it goes into, okay, hey, thunderstorms and hail. You can kind of see all of the different maps that you're seeing. The umbrella flying around. Obviously, a flying umbrella, pretty big indication of something. But what I wanted to really pause on here was, 2 to 3 inches over the next 5 days. Which 2 to 3 inches may not seem like a lot, but that will cause very heavy flooding. So obviously you kind of got, the forecast here, your 8-day forecast, the 7-day forecast. And then obviously this is a pretty clear picture of a massive hurricane slamming into the side of Florida, which happens pretty often in Florida, to say the very least. Yeah, so obviously weather go. Something tells me I have a feeling that the character that's being portrayed in this story lost somebody to the hurricane in Florida. I guess maybe that's just kind of my initial. I just feel like that's my initial thoughts from this song, is kind of what I'm getting at. But let's got about a minute and a half left. Let's kind of see what happens. The airport sign. It's been raining this entire music video too, if you really look at it. Plane going up in the sky. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay, this just sounds like a real person singing. Holy shit. Wow. Okay, that may be the most realistic synth V Vocaloid I've ever heard. What the fuck? If you would have shown me to that, even as a Vocaloid reactor, no shot in hell I would have told you that's a Vocaloid singing. No shot. I mean, what the hell? That was insane. For this part, I've heard they recorded a real person singing, then used that as a bass. They had to have done something, dude. Because there is no way in hell that's a Vocaloid. Or Synth V. There's no way in hell. No shot. That's a real that has to be a real person. So you see one of those little, obviously the animation. It's not a very complicated animation, but it's a very soothing animation. It really is. Like, this is a very good. It's very calming, especially for what this song, is about. But like I said, you don't need the most complicated, over the top animation for every single song that is animated. Something like this, and honestly, a song like this, I think this simple animation works for so well. And obviously, you go into kind of the recording, and then you go into this ultra realistic sounding. Didn't you see the news today? I heard they said it looked like rain. I want to see if there's any difference here. All the words I left unsaid that day stain the sidewalk drop by drop with gray. Doesn't look like it. Rain or shine, I'm by your side, so why won't you look my way? The weather forecast calling for another. That's a little different. So the weather forecast calling for another, and then the animation here too, kind of going from this almost kind of like a frown, and then kind of changing over to a bit of a smirk. I guess not even a smirk, just a full-blown smile. Flavor Folly picking off where Mitchie M left off. Yeah, pretty much. We got a little bit of this song left. Let's see what we got. It's so good sounding. Especially because it sounds so different from how she sounds now. This is different. Okay. Right before, I'm gonna finish this song off, one last chorus, but there's just again, they're just very slightly changing a pain smile. It definitely could be. It definitely could be. It almost looks like, they're kind of in the middle of, the rainstorm now, just kind of laughing, like, ha 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 ha, smiling, laughing, but I definitely feel like it's definitely more of a forced and painful smile than anything. But didn't you see the news today? I heard they said it looked like rain. All the words I left unsaid that day stain the sidewalk drop by drop with gray. And then obviously you got that slight change in the chorus here, where vivid skies may pass me by, but even still I'll stay. The weather forecast is calling for another cloudy day. See, there's a couple lyrics in here that make me think I'm wrong about what I'm thinking. But I can't think of anything else other than, they lost somebody in a storm that had an inaccurate forecast. The weather forecast is calling for another cloudy day, and I'm assuming it just wasn't another cloudy day. And I'm assuming she's basically saying, I wish I had been by your side instead of, I never got to say goodbye, I never got to say what I wanted to say. That's just what I'm getting. It's the only thing I can really get at. And honestly, I'm sure that you guys in the comment section will definitely let me know if you have a different. I mean, obviously, I'll read the comments too. Like I said, loving someone but you can't confess. Could be that, yeah. Or, like I said, you loved them and then, yeah, they were taken away before you could confess. That could definitely make sense. Like I said, we'll read the comments, but definitely let me know in the comment section below, what you guys think. What's the song called? This song is called Weather Girl featuring Eleanor Forte by Flavor Folly. And yeah, so let's just finish this song off. Someday. That was a very beautiful song, and thank you for recommending that. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. That's spoken for by Cosnate Toto. Okay, so yeah, so we'll go back. Another part of the most replayed. So yeah, we'll definitely go, we'll go over this last part of the lyrics here. I went a little too far back. Whoops. So obviously, look through me a window pane. Colored as a sky entirely filled with clouds, I might be. Everything that I can be. If it's not enough, I trust the sky will open up. I'm assuming saying, I trust that eventually one day I'll be able to, open up again and hopefully, I don't want to say move on, but kind of, I'm trying to think of the right word for it, but basically, one day I'll be able to, be happy and have, the clouds will depart over me again, be able to have a sunny day, even with you gone. And then someday, but it's not going to be anytime soon, to say the very least. Yeah, what a good song. I mean, that was such a beautiful song. I want to read the comments. So yeah, in a segment where she's singing softly, she sounds more distinctly human. I think that's really neat detail. Unbelievably human. I can't believe Florida is canon. Okay. Can I just say the clever use of the line, could it be enough to change the way you use my name during the hurricane part? Hurricanes are constantly named after names used by people. So to ask if I were to live as a hurricane, how would you use my name? Would you think of me? And what would you think, fondly or in fear? I didn't even think of that. Some people are smart as shit, man. Some of these people are just unbelievably smart. I literally love the way Eleanor is tuned. It's not realistic, but in a way that somehow conveys more emotion than it would have. And I will argue it was pretty realistic in that one part. The fact that every single frame could be used as a wallpaper, it's very, very real. I'm sure if it wasn't the intention, given how many people have been reading the song, that as a loss of romantic love. Okay, so I was pretty right there. But to me, this song is a perfect representation of the grief you feel when you lose someone close to you. I thought that the first time I listened to this, it's really cemented in my mind now that I've really experienced grief myself once more. All the words I left unsaid, stain the sidewalk, drop by drop, in particular hits really hard. There are a lot of things that people wish they could have said or done before losing someone close to them. But once they're dead, there's not much to be done about it, so that is all that is left is regret. Okay, so I think we're on the right track there. I think we were on the right track with this song. Is that it's definitely about, losing somebody and, having grief, having that gray cloud over your head. I might have been adding a little too much about it, saying, maybe they lost somebody due to, an incorrect forecast, but I honestly feel like the point of this song is, they lost somebody due to, some sort of natural disaster event, a weather event. And, they're having a hard time getting over that grief, thinking about what they wish they would have said. I mean, again, that's just kind of my point of view, but, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, obviously make sure to hit that like button down below and subscribe. Also, join my Discord, link is in the description, and links to this video will be at the top of the description as well. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next reaction. Alright, next song was Goodbye by Circus P. Alrighty. I also heard that Circus P is... This is an old song, okay. I believe he retired, didn't he? Or maybe not retired, but he is... Isn't he a VTuber now? I heard he's a VTuber now. I could be wrong, but apparently he joined. Apparently he joined a VTuber group. Oh man, ah. So this is Goodbye by Circus P. It's 11 years old. Give me 1 second. I will be right back. Um, hold on. Oh, my freaking monetization's not on again. Ah, hold on. Why is monetization just not automatically turned on? It says it's on though. What? The Oh, I have to apply it to OBS too. Okay. Just Hold on, hold on. How do I? Oh, I need to check something. Give me 1 second, y'all. It says my bitrate is messed up, but I think it's fine. I think it might just be, you know how it be. What do you guys want? Can you add Hero by Melee to the queue? I will definitely take a look. Hero Melee. Is it the Limbus Company? I see two. Did you want the 19 million view one that's actually by Melee, or did you want the 2025 music video version? Because, yeah, I see two. So XP originally wrote Goodbye as event song, but after realizing it had potential, he rewrote it from Miku's perspective. Interesting. Can I get off of this pink screen? Oh, this entire music video is pink? Oh, you guys are gonna hate. I'm gonna be so bright for this video. The music video is fan made, but based on the story. Okay, so you're probably looking for this one. Hold on, let me bring it over. Is it this one? No, you can't see that. Shoot. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Is it this one? By chance? The OG video is the official release with no music video. Gotcha, gotcha. Hey, what's good, Galaxy? Is this the right one? Has spoilers. I don't think I gotta worry about that. Alright, anyways, forgetting about a little bit, let's jump into Goodbye by Vocal Circus P. And yeah, let's jump into this. Hatsune Miku V3. V3, 11 years ago. Okay. Okay. It's been a while since I've listened to an older Hatsune Miku song. So it's definitely interesting to go back 10 years and listen to how her tuning was, 10 years ago compared to a lot of, the newest stuff. So it's definitely interesting going back. This music video is very pink. Alright, so I really kind of want to break down these lyrics here. So when I was little, I was taught that the world wasn't my story. And I'm glad she was taught that. There's a lot of people in this world that still haven't been taught this and think that the entire world is part of their story. You can make your own story, but just know the entire world is not a part of your story. It's just not. Some people think they're the center of everything, and they're not. So I'm glad Miku was taught that the world wasn't exactly just it wasn't her story, to say the very least. So yeah. When I was little. So all the tears I will cry wouldn't even make up a sea. That means very true. Very true. You can cry. Most people will cry a lot of tears, but their tears wouldn't even make up a fraction of what you'll find in the sea. So tell me how I'll be found. Let it be known. Tell me who will become still when I am shown. Okay. It's a very basic music video, very pink music video, to say the very least. But yeah. Okay, I vibe with this so far. I vibe with this. Are comments turned off on this? Oh, comments on a... What the hell, man? The comments are turned off. Aw, man. That sucks. Ooh, this is a deep song. Ooh, okay. Ah. Okay. Alrighty. Ha ha ha. Okay. I see what the song's about. Okay. So I think this is pretty self-explanatory, the lyrics here. So yeah, so when I'm shown, I'll be forgotten in time, no matter how hard I try. Basically saying no matter what I do in life, when anything I do, no one's gonna remember me, and it's just how a lot of people feel. I mean, I don't want to get obviously into too deep of a topic right now, but there is definitely a mental health crisis. I live in America, so we'll talk about America. But in the world, there is definitely a mental health crisis. And I think this is how a lot of people just feel. Basically saying, I'll be, they think they're a wasted life. And, I don't think you're a wasted life just because, you won't be remembered. I sit here today and I haven't done anything noteworthy in my life. Like, when I pass away, like, I'm not going to be remembered by people. Maybe my family, but anybody outside of that, no. but obviously I also know I'm not, that doesn't mean I'm a wasted life. But obviously when it comes to mental health, a lot of people think that, if they don't become somebody who is remembered, that, yeah, what was the purpose of being here? And obviously you kind of get into the deeper lyrics here. I'll be a wasted life, but then, so this is my goodbye. Wake me when, and then the animation here. I didn't expect the animation to kind of pop in here. So wake me when I have the courage to die. 'Cause I'm too scared to try. I am a wasted life. And obviously, yeah. I think we're very fortunate that a lot of people who are suicidal in life are, too scared to actually try it. Like, I think that's something we should be very thankful about, that sometimes it's good to be a coward. And I don't want to laugh at that, obviously, but people will be like, I don't want to be a coward, I don't want to be this, I don't want to be that. But when it comes to this, I think it's okay to not be a coward. Honestly, I think it's okay to be a coward on this. And it's unfortunate that there's so many people in the world that think this. And it's gonna be hard to, overcome this. We're given time to help them. Yeah. I mean, that's very true. Because, the longer that they decide not to do it, the longer the time that somebody can figure out what's happening and help. We'll talk here for just a second. So, I had a friend, like I said, this was the same guy that I've kind of been talking about recently, that, I do know somebody who has tried before. And, I don't know how he's still here, based off what he told me. But I remember telling him, like, hey, now that I know, I'm not going to let you do it again, right? And he was like, no, 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 I'm going to do it, at this age, when I'm done with it. I'm like, no, 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 no. Like, you told me I'm not going to let you now. And we always just kind of joked and laughed about it, but I still worry. I still worry about him. Because I also know some of the stuff he tells me still, and to say I'm not worried is, I'd be lying. The bass though? These lyrics are deep, dude. Oh my god, these lyrics, man. What are these lyrics? Are deep, bro. So yeah, so obviously, this is my goodbye. And you kind of just got that. Hey, what's good? I want to say your name wrong. Sergio? It should be in the description of the stream. If not, you can just, oh, it's not in yeah, the Discord link in the description is broken. Cool. I will fix that after this, but you can just leave it in the chat for now. I don't know. I've got less than an hour left on stream, so I don't know if I'll be able to get to it tonight, because I already have, I think, 2 more videos in the queue. But maybe I don't. I think I do. But I will definitely, get to it at some point. And actually, let me get my Discord link real quick for you. That way, if I can't get to it tonight, then, here we go. Yeah, here's my Discord link. Listen, I don't think I'll have enough time to get to it tonight, but I will definitely give you my Discord link that you can hop in and suggest it for me. But yeah, just kind of going into this lyric video. You're getting into, you know, these lyrics that they just keep getting deeper and deeper. So, you know, I never wanted fame, because when we are dead, it's all the same. And honestly, that is true. The Miku point of view comes through with that line. I never wanted fame. Oh, 100%. And but again, they're never wrong though. I mean, even when you're popular, I mean, when you're famous, sure, like, obviously there'll be some people that remember you when you pass away, but just because you're famous, at the end of the day, when you die, it's all the same. I'm not going to go into, you know, what I believe happens when you die and all that type of stuff, but yeah, at the end of the day, whether you're popular or not, when you die, it's the same thing. Like, you're mourned, you know, you either get buried or cremated, or whatever, and then people move on. It's no different whether you're famous or not. Human mortality is a test on our memory. Basically, yeah, it is. Like saying, you know, how long do you remember, you know, in your memory, when someone passes away, how long, you know, are they going to stay on your mind? Miku has several songs about reaching her end, most notably The Disappearance of Hasune Miku. I need to listen to that. That song is like one of the most classic ones ever, and I've not listened to it. So let me know when I'll go. Will I be loved? Will someone care? I'm not there. Am I enough? And this is something I don't think about, because if this is something I would think about, I think I would go crazy. Like, I honestly think I would go crazy. This is a hard listen. It's a very good song, but it's a hard listen, you know? Like, it's such a good song, you know, to actually... It's such a good song, but it's so hard to listen to, because you realize that there's so many people out there that actually think this way. Like I said, I already got 2 songs after this, and then, you know, these reactions take about half an hour each, and then by that point, I'll probably already be over my stream time, so, anything in the Discord, like I said, I'll probably be live Tuesday. We'll do another suggestion stream on Tuesday for you guys, since, we'll get into that. I think the plan this week is I'll do probably... Yeah, I'm gonna try to do 2 streams during the week. I want to do another kind of free fall, and then I want to do a non-Vocaloid stream, because we've been doing a lot of Vocaloid, but I want to react to non-Vocaloid stuff too, specifically some more neuro stuff, because I haven't gotten around to that lately. I'm slacking. And, you know, a lot of you guys, I have a lot of subscribers that are here for neuro stuff, so I don't want to, you know, leave them hanging to go specifically Vocaloid. And so it's just these lyrics, though, you know, I'll be forgotten in time, no matter how hard I try. 1 second. Blah. You know, it's so hard. I believe Neuro just went to Japan again. Or Neuro and Evil went to Japan this time. I'll be a wasted life. So this is my goodbye. Wake me when I have the courage to die. Because I'm too scared to try. Oh, it hurts. It hurts to hear us say that. Oh, no. Don't say that, Miku, please. Alright, what do we got? Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Ooh, okay. Oh, I guess I shouldn't say okay to that. Oh my god! This song is so dark! Why is it so dark? Oh my god, man. Why is it gotta be such a bop, but why is it gotta be so dark? So I'll stop hoping, stop wishing, stop singing, stop living. Stop. I'll stop. And then I'll stop moving, stop breathing, stop thinking, stop living, stop. Just stop. Oh. It's such a hard listen to. Because again, when you know people who kind of think this way, it hits different. Ooh, the stops in music? No, no. Oh. I wasn't expecting that animation there. So just kind of just taking a bag off that she was wearing. You know, it looks like at the top of one of those, uh, towers. Those, like phone towers, the phone line towers, the internet towers. Looking down, and then obviously just a couple frames, she sits on the edge, and the next frame, you see her kind of eyes go big, and then you see it. um like I said, I have a hard time watching songs like these because I think it's the veil of a Japanese school rooftop. Oh yeah, that's not much better. And I've said it before. When it comes to, I have a pretty hard time watching songs of suicide topics, but and I have my reasons. I'm not gonna really talk about them, but I like reacting to them because I think it gives you kind of a flash into reality of mental health. And even this song being 11 years ago, and I would say this entire circumstance is worse today than it ever has been. But it's even with it being, a fictional character, this being, Hatsune Miku, that doesn't make it any harder of a watch. It really doesn't. Especially when you kind of see the look of regret immediately after. Oh, she survived. You got the little flower on the side there. The ending of the song is ambiguous. She either jumped and died or fell while contemplating and survived, although critically injured. Well, I feel like definitely, I would definitely go with the second one. It definitely seemed like, she was thinking about it, especially because she was kind of, kind of reaching up there at the end, like, oh my god, like I didn't actually mean to do it. And then it doesn't look like she was fully dead at the end. If they had her on oxygen, which she wouldn't. If she was dead, I don't think she would be on oxygen. But honestly, I think I can see why, the comments are turned off. The song is very personal to me, and I originally wrote it as a vent song, but then decided to rewrite it from Miku's perspective, even though I think it's something that many people can relate to as well, so I hope you like it. Obviously, I think just, especially with this being a vent song, I'm glad he's still here. You know, especially because if he wrote this, if this was how he was actually feeling at the time, you can kind of see 11 months ago was his last song. Unfortunately, it seems he is gone now, but not gone in that way, but could be life support. Well, even with it being life support, you know, just still there. But like I said, it's always hard to. It's always very hard to actually think about that in that type of way. She most likely survived, but it is sad. And I think that's a big thing when it comes to suicide, is that a large majority of them don't go through. Well, he just focuses on tuning, and like I said, I think he's also a VTuber now, from what I've heard. So he's still definitely around. I mean, he's still working on stuff, but usually when you become a corporate VTuber, you also have to give up your previous identity, which I hate, but it is what it is. But speaking of suicide, because so many suicide attempts don't go through. Like I said, I had a friend who failed his, you know? I'm not going to go into what he did, but he's still here. And you know, a lot of people do it in different ways. You know, you have some people who kind of do it on their own, and then you have some people who also, you know, they take out others with them. And I don't want to get too deep into this right now, but trying to think of a good way to kind of finish this off, but look. Your favorite artist when I first got into Miku? I can tell why. I mean, he's a classic. I mean, he's one of the OGs. I guess what I'll say, I'll kind of leave it off here, I suppose. You know what, never mind. I'm not gonna get into it right now. Anyways, this was, I believe, Fupia. This was your suggestion. The, Limbus Company Hero music video. So let's hop into this. And then I've got one more after this, I believe. Let me check. I believe there was one more. Yeah, Jed, you had good luck. Hold on, let me look it up here. We'll do this one and we'll do one more. I think I should have time here. Good luck to me tomorrow. Bye. Okay. Let me do this real quick. So yeah, we'll listen to this one as well. This is Good Luck to Me Tomorrow by Nana Oakari. And they have an upcoming event on Valentine's Day. Hear the lyrics. Interesting. Okay. Alright, give me 1 second here, and then we'll get into this music video. Alrighty, let's get into this, shall we?
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sweating on her back,
Interesting. Interesting. Who sings this? Yeah, who sings this? It's a very young sounding voice, in my opinion. So it looks like you kind of got the two main characters here. You kind of got, listen, I'm not very familiar with any of this. But, it obviously Jesus, my chair is stuck. This sounds like a very young singing voice. You know, we'll go and kind of go into the lyrics here. So you got, we're swaying on horseback. It's a very cute animation. You said this was a fan-made animation? It's very cute. So, we're swaying on the horsebacks, and then, sorry, the hills are green, and the birdies sing, and roses are pink. So being very self-explanatory so far. Just kind of describing the scenes. Experience I never had. I'm so happy to just be a part of your story. Basically just saying, hey, I'm a part of your story now. Hey, what's up? And then kind of the sigh of relief there makes you wonder, kind of looking up, and then he's just like, you know, it kind of gives that sigh of relief. Phew. Happy to be a part of your story. So after you, I follow. And I kind of fallen into kind of the darkness almost. Kind of got the arrows pointing to the side here. And then after you, I follow into these deep caves. The world you show me broadens my horizon. Alright, we'll leave off from here. This is cute. There's definitely something going on here. This doesn't seem as wholesome as I think it is. Okay. Hey. What's going on there? Hey. That's a little sus. Well, what was that, bruh? Alright, we'll zoom a little forward here. So, forever my hero. Forever my hero. I'm your biggest fan. I am your biggest fan. Like I said, there's a look that he's given here that makes me think there's something a little more going on here. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Leaving reality behind. Yeah. I can definitely see that. Like I said, they kind of go into definitely this alternate space here, 100%. So merry-go-round, in a circle I run. It's so much fun leaving reality behind. So true. I love leaving reality behind. So it's so much fun leaving reality behind. Then you go kind of behind these closed curtains. You see the three people, and then you just kind of see that. You know, yeah. 07, I think. I believe that is an 07 moment right there. Ooh! Okay! Well, that got dark quick. This is a very cool music video. Okay, I did not expect it to just go dark like that. Damn. Okay then. Alright, rewind. Okay, so obviously, yeah, you kind of just see. Like I said, I thought it was gonna get dark, but then you get into I fall down the horseback. So we're going back pretty much to the very beginning, but instead of I ride the horseback, it's I fall down the horseback. With my crippled legs. The character's name is Don Quixote, by the way, based off the book character. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I'm not really familiar with this entire series and anything, so this is definitely kind of it's kind of my jump into it. I've been needing some more books to read, so I will definitely check this out. And then it starts to rain, showing me it's all fake. And then, what's that say? Raindrops wash down hit the facade. Okay. Raindrops wash, and then you go again. So hills are painted, birdies are robotic. Oh, the birds are robots! The birds are government drones! The birds are government drones, bruh! And the birdies are robotic. And then roses are made of clay. In other words, everything is fake. The roses are made of clay. The robots or the birdies are robots. The hills aren't real. Everything is fake. This is really cool. I'm really enjoying this. So excitement that I feel. You can kind of see him rushing through it all. Excitement that I feel. And obviously you just see him kind of get closed in within the book. And then return them to the shelf. And then, because now I understand that heroes something are real. What's that say? What did we'll resume from here. I want to see what that says. Heroes cannot be real. Heroes cannot be real. Okay. Oh, the different hairstyles? That was cool. Hey! Speed up? Bro is gone incredibly insane. Oh my god, he is. Yeah, I think he's gone just a tad bit insane here. So who I am, who am I? Then you kind of get into more of the story again. So here we go, another lap. Prizes to claim. Here's a dream for you. Oh, bro just... Oh, the poor guy in the bear outfit. What the hell, man? So here's a dream for you. Here's a dream for me. Golden ticket in my bag. Stay unexchanged. Huh. Don't you love the thrill of the chase? Bro is just destroying everybody. Goddamn. Don't you love the thrill of the chase? And now we're just kind of rainbow. Just let me be your fan. Just let me be your fan. I'm still your biggest fan. I appreciate you being a fan, good sir. Or what was your name again? It was, Don Quixote. I appreciate you being my fan, good sir. It is very much appreciated. What do we got next? Slow it back down. Ooh, okay. The piano? Oh, back to the... Oh, I thought we were going to restart, but nope. This is a really good song. I'm really enjoying this song. Thank you for recommending this. Like I said, it's stuff I'm gonna have to definitely, kind of deep dive into this a little bit more, maybe with the book wise. Kind of getting into these books maybe. But this is this entire world seems very intriguing. Why is it that some were given the role of villain? I mean, that's how it is. A lot of people, were just kind of given the role of the villain. The song is peak, not gonna lie, it is a very good song. What's up, Soil? Some of it, why was it given the role of villain? The moment they were released into the system. I mean, that's how it is. Sometimes some of you guys are just villains. You kind of see the two. I like how you can kind of see the two different versions of him. You kind of got the one. I'm assuming the different realities. You got. I'm assuming there's one of him in one reality, one of him in the other reality, and they're two very different characters in these realities. You kind of like him. You kind of get the shocked faces on both of them too. Are you still open with suggestions? What's up, guys? Unfortunately, I have to end this stream in about half an hour, and I already do have one video lined up after this, so I am not taking any more suggestions tonight, but I did link my Discord earlier. I'll link it again since I have the time here. So I'll be doing another stream for suggestions on Tuesday. But if you would also like to join my Discord and leave it in the channel, that is definitely there. Like I said, if not, I will definitely be back around on Tuesday. Because I do have something that I have to go do tonight, unfortunately. I was hoping to stream a little bit longer. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But like I said, I'm going to try to do 2 streams a week at the minimum. One of them being kind of an open, more of a open suggestion stream for you guys. So we'll definitely kind of be getting into it. But unfortunately, I cannot take any more suggestions tonight. So I do apologize for that. So stand up, gallop on. Nothing can be done by feeling so sorry for myself. On a plastic horse, fighting like it's real. Yeah, I'm actually really enjoying this song. Like, having no knowledge of any of this, this song has made me have a lot more interest in this. There we go. I am my biggest fan. That's very true. I'm my own enemy and my own friend sometimes. Ooh, the animation style change! Why is this so peak? I don't know why this song is just so peak, but it's just so peak. It just is. Oh my god, what is going on up there, bruh? Is that it? Is that it? Why is there so much black screen at the end? Oh my god, there's just... Okay, that was really good. I love how everything's in Japanese, but it was an English song. That's actually very interesting. Yeah, thank you so much, Fubia. Thank you for suggesting that. That was a great song. I very thoroughly enjoyed that. It was kind of a nice to actually hear, Oh, my back hurts. Yeah, that was very enjoyable. It was kind of a nice change of pace from, Vocaloid stuff. Well, obviously, we're jumping back into Vocaloid here, but... So, this song came out 9 months ago, called Good Luck to Me Tomorrow, by Nana Owakari. Is it a Hatsune Miku song? So this is Dawn from Limbus Company, which itself is a story loosely based on the book Dawn Quixote. If you want to know more about this specific version of Dawn, look in the Limbus Company, specifically Canto 7. Yeah, 100%. I will definitely do that after the stream. Probably tonight. We'll figure it out. I'm trying to figure out what this song is. I want to kind of scroll through. I don't know. I see blue hair, so I automatically always assume Miku, but you never know. Anyways, give me 1 second. I will be right back, and then we will do our last song of the night. Alright, we are back. Oh, this isn't Vocaloid, just a fun song with a positive... Okay, we need a positive message song. That's cool. This isn't Vocaloid. Interesting. You know, I always just kind of assume I see blue hair. I always just assume Miku nowadays. But, you know... Okay, so this is not a Vocaloid song. Interesting. So we get 2 non-Vocaloid songs to end this stream. Cool. See, that's why I like doing these types of streams, because this isn't stuff that I would ever stumble across if it wasn't for, you know, suggestions from you guys. So yeah, let's jump into this, why don't we? Hey! 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 Wait, hold on, this was a bop? Hold on, I was vibing with that. Hey, hold on. I see what you mean by positive message. That was a bop and a half. So we got Hampanai awesome papa papa. How do you even say this? Hampanai awesome papa 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 papa. Hey, that was a vibe and a half, bruh. And then hey. So Gankatapa Rapa Papa Rapa Parapa. So Gankatapa, which means over the limit. So Gankatapa Rapapa Rapapa Rapa Parapara. Okay, I'm vibing with it. Hold on. And then you got the hey! And then you got Mainichi Hanpanai Papa Rapa Parapa. Okay, I want to listen to it again real quick. I was vibing with that. We need a vibing song. Hey! 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 That's a vibe and a half, bro. That's a vibe. Hey! That's a vibe and a half. This is the song we need right now. Hey, hey, hey! Got a timer? This is a bop, bro! Okay, we got some deeper lyrics in here too. This ain't all, we got some actual deeper lyrics in this song too. It ain't all just ba ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da. Hey! So we got the best temperature, blocking ghost, myriads of nasty external factors. Bye-bye to that someone, bye-bye to that someone who kept bugging me. Making her outfit, putting on the little bow tie, doing her hair. With no offense, like nothing at all, no feelings. Looks like we got kind of paperwork. Always gotta love the paperwork. My time, securing my degenerating time. 5 p.m. to 9 a.m. is a must. I have to keep it. Okay, so I'm assuming, basically saying 5 p.m. to 9 a.m. It's all my free time. I have to keep that free time. I'm not doing anything work related out of that 9 to 5. And don't forget love and romance and sweet stuff too, after all. Crowded in, those Japanese trains. No entry allowed into overwork. Basically saying, no, you're not overworking me. So I've been bringing attention. It's hard to live easy without any pain. Because, and you really think about it, I'm assuming this, probably talking about the Japanese work culture, is that, the work culture in Japan is very different from the work culture in, America. The Japanese, they take, there's a reason Japanese vehicles are regarded to be some of the best compared to, American vehicles. But the Japanese workforce, they often work a lot of, unpaid overtime because, they're often, basically they're like, hey, nobody goes home until the manager goes home and yada, yada, yada. So the work culture in Japan, well, they definitely have better quality of work. Yeah, it can be very hard. It's actually, the work culture in Japan is actually a lot worse than it is here in America. Like, in Japan, they have a lot of, unpaid overtime, 7-day work weeks, a lot of, outside, once you get home, still doing a lot of work. Like, that's kind of the one bad thing, if you really think about Japan, is that they don't have a great work culture there. And obviously, that's something that probably needs to be fixed. And it depends on which, company you go to, obviously. But unfortunately, as cool as Japan is, and it's cool, like, I want to visit Japan and all that type of stuff. And they're expected to do more. Yeah, 100%. And they're expected to do stuff they really shouldn't be expected to do. Not to say that, obviously, that's not an issue here either, but issue is, I'm expected to do stuff I'm not have to do, but I get paid for it. But a lot of times in Japan, they don't. But, like I said, within the next 2 to 3 years, I want to go to Japan. Because Japan is still cool, but that's definitely something they need to work on over there. Hey! This is a bop! Wait, this is a bop though. This song, I know it's a song about obviously the work culture, but it's a bop. It's a bop. What can I say? So it's hard to live easy without any pain, because stable secret tricks cramming all sweet temptations have traps. And then obviously you get when I become sleepy, I'll sleep. I'll wake up afternoon. I did that today. I woke up at 1 p.m. I'll wake up afternoon. I play because I want to. I'll eat when I become hungry. That's what I'm going to go do after this. I'm going to go eat. I have pizza in my kitchen. I'm going to go eat it. I'll laugh when I'm happy. When I get sad, I think it's okay to cry. I'll somehow get through today for tomorrow. I want to try so that I don't have to work harder tomorrow. I woke up at 12:30. Hell yeah. So that lyric right there. I want to try so that I don't have to work harder tomorrow. Honestly, that's a pretty good standard to go by. Kind of my thing right now is I'm 20 years old. I'm about to turn 21 in 13 days. I turned 21 in 13 days. But that's kind of always been my goal right now is, do everything I need to do right now so that later in life, I'm not struggling. Make all my money now. Why do I want to be 60 years old and scrambling to, I don't want to be the 60-year-old that's scrambling to try to make ends meet. I want to be secured for my life, I mean, this is a pretty good thing to go by. Try now so that I don't have to work harder tomorrow. A lot of people love to push it back and back and back and back. Don't do that. It's not worth it. I want to hear the bop. Hey! Hey. Ooh, okay. Hold on. Got a little rap section. What? And but? Okay, hold on. A little rap section there. Okay. I respect that. I didn't expect that. Alright, so what do we got? What was she saying here? What was she saying here? I'm not lazy, I don't think it's that. One way or another, I'm doing what I want. What and but? No one has to know, I don't care. I have my own rules, say cheese, to live easy tomorrow. Actually, I want to live like this, days filled with love and peace. And you know, that's another valid thing to go by. You know, don't be shy. I want my heart to pound. I think, did I leave off there? I forgot why I left off. That's another valid thing to go by, though. Don't let other people tell you how to live your life. If you enjoy how you're living your life, don't let other people tell you otherwise. It's not their life to tell you how to do. No time tonight, but next stream I'll suggest another song by this artist. She's very talented. Oh yeah, 100%. I am actually really enjoying this. So yeah, definitely, I will definitely be checking out more of their stuff, I think, because I'm actually really enjoying this. Oh, she's got a kid. Oh, I love how it keeps changing too. Party, party! Ah, it's such a bop! Why is it such a bop? Why can't there be more songs like this in English, bro? Well, that's all I want. So don't be shy, I want my heart to pound. Let me shine, hoping for the sun tomorrow. She's got the little, I don't know, maybe it's either a kid or little sister, one of the two, I'm assuming. So, to be excited, I want to be more excited. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And then you go back into, I'll sing when I feel things are rough. I'll complain when I feel annoyed. I'll do what I want. If I can do that, then I wouldn't be troubled. If you're always fluctuating between hope and despair, no matter how many lives you have, it won't be enough. Save the data from time to time, avoiding risk and continue trying. I won't say I'll be lazy, but I'll try bit by bit. I know, right? Japanese songs hit different. They really do. It's not fair, man. It's just not fair. Oh, another switch up! Damn! Okay. Oh, kind of do a little, a bit of a rhythm game here, almost. Alright, hold on, what do we got here? What do we got here? Kind of almost like a dream sequence going on here is what I'm kind of getting at. Alright, so she's kind of running along, kind of an infinite circle here, running. I guess she's running the clock, you know? She's running along the clock, because, you know, as the clock keeps ticking, you know, time doesn't go on forever. That could be a stretch, to be perfectly honest. So in my dream, I'll stay drowsy and do nothing. Not for anyone, but for my tomorrow. Fight. I'll overcome all pain to make things easy. Fight. Do what you don't want to do, so you... Ooh, that's a tongue twister. Do what you don't want to do, so that you don't have to do what you don't want to do. Basically, what I would be taking this as is basically saying, look, there's gonna be things you don't want to do now, but it's better to do them now than to do it later. Like, you don't, like again, and later in life, you're going to want to do less things you don't want to do now. So do all the things you don't want to do now, so that you don't have to do all the things you don't want to do later, or you do have to do all the things you don't have to do later in life. Tongue twister and a half right there, ain't it? Fight! Oh, as a result, I'm doing okay? I think I'm great. And then we left off right here. We got 1 minute left. Yeah, it does have a positive message, 100%. I think there's a very positive message from this song. It is the same as before. Hey, hey, hey. It's basically just telling you, yeah, I mean, it's okay to do all this stuff. Hey! That's what I was looking for. Hey! 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 Oh, I didn't do another hey. That was a 5.5! Okay, I like that they have the same animation style too. Turing Love. That was a bop! Thank you for suggesting that. I think that was a great song to leave tonight off on. Anyways, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. A little over 2 hours. Like I said about 2 hours. I was pretty much right on time. Hey! Yeah, I think I was just about on time with that. So, yeah. That's gonna be the end of tonight's stream. Vettel plushie. The Vettel plushie is indeed behind me. He's very happy. Say hi to the stream, Vettel. Hi, guys. I'm actually 5 years old, but... Yeah, no problem. I'm probably gonna go watch my football team lose. Hopefully not. So, yeah, next stream will probably be Tuesday. That's not a guarantee, by the way. That's just the plan. Yeah, I'm gonna end you guys off here. Again, Flippia, thanks for the donation earlier. That was very, very much appreciated. And was definitely, was not required at all. So I definitely appreciate that. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys in the next stream.